Hello. Welcome to Corks and Cauldron, where two friends uncork a bottle, cast a few spells, and dive deep into fantasy books and theories. I'm Gabby.
And I'm Jen. Quick disclaimer, this is an adult podcast about adult books. So expect some spicy language, spicy content, and spicy spoilers.
It is not a spoiler-free podcast, folks. 'Tis not. Anyway, let's pour a drink, grab a snack, and get started. Today is chapters 19 through 26 of Glint from the Plated Prisoner series.
Yay.
What are we eating today, Jen?
You want to know what we're eating?
I always want to know what we're eating. I live for the food.
Well, since Oren starts off sick in these chapters, like straight from the start, and Keg, dear sweet Keg, makes some weird kind of fish stew.
It sounded disgusting.
It did. I don't make fish stew.
Good for you. It's good to have standards.
I like New England style clam chowder, but I don't make it. I just buy it. It's fine. I thought we'd just go with a nice comfort food. So I picked like chicken and noodles or chicken noodle soup. You can call it what you want. I'm going to use Reames.
There's a difference. There's a difference between chicken and noodles and chicken noodle soup. And this is a hill I will die on. And as someone who recently came back from the dead, like a zombie.
That's fair.
I had chicken noodle soup, and it was different.
So then this will be chicken and noodles. Because...
you got 2 quarts of chicken stock in there.
Yes, but I'm also using Reames frozen egg noodles. So that is going to get absorbed really quickly.
Is there any broth?
Just that 2 quarts of chicken stock.
Like, when it's all cooked up, when it's all said and done, is it soupy or is it noodly?
It'll be more like stewy. So it'll be thicker than soup, but not quite gravy, which is why I said...
Like a thick chicken and noodle soup.
It's like a thick chicken and noodle soup.
Not a good selling point.
But it tastes really good. It really does taste good.
I believe you.
I call it chicken and noodles. My husband calls it chicken noodle soup. I put it on mashed potatoes, so...
Yeah.
You take that how you want. It's a basic, super basic, you've got celery, onion, carrots, egg noodles. Why are you making that face at me?
Because carrots and celery, gross. Way to ruin a meal.
There's garlic in it too.
Well, I'll allow it.
And I use turmeric in mine.
I have never used turmeric in soup.
It's good for you.
So is carrots and celery, and I don't eat those either.
Fair.
So...
I didn't put it on the recipe that I have on here, but I will in the show notes that I post for the episode. But I have this seasoning that's got a rosemary thing in it. And I put about a tablespoon of that in because it kind of tastes like that savory stuff that you get on a rotisserie chicken. So that's the seasonings that you put on there. It's got chicken stock. It's got cooked chicken, which if you want to cook your own chicken, by all means, you do you. I will go to Costco or Sam's Club and buy myself a rotisserie chicken and strip that sucker and eat part of it and use the rest of it for this.
Is there an easy way to strip rotisserie chicken? I have always struggled with that.
There is. You get your significant other to do it for you.
Fair. All right. Done. All right. That's, you know what? That's on me. I should have been more specific.
If I have to do it myself, I just kind of tear from the bone.
Yeah, it's honestly just get messy. That's the easiest way.
Let it cool off first, and then tear from the bone.
Huh. All right.
I don't ever bother with the drumsticks or the wings. We just eat those, but the rest of it, I just kind of, like the heathen I am, just rip it apart. And the dog loves the skin. Zelda loves the skin.
Yeah,
she'll get little pieces of it.
I mean, everything in moderation, right?
Yeah. Oh, and then the bag of Reames frozen egg noodles.
Yeah.
You can use the generic store brand too. It works just as well because I do use the store brand also. I do not care. I have no preference.
Really? You're not a snob about it?
I am not. It's whichever one's on sale or cheaper.
Fair enough.
So
that's it.
It's yummy. You cook it all in one pot together.
It's a good winter meal.
One pot.
I love a good one pot meal.
Technically, you could do this in a crock pot, but you're not going to want to put the egg noodles in until like the last hour.
I was going to say half hour, so yeah.
Half hour, whatever. Or else you're really going to lose all the liquid. It's going to get all sucked right up into those noodles. and it's going to be gross because they're going to get gummy. And nobody wants that. That's all we're going to say about that.
Yeah.
But once this is done and put into a bowl with either mashed potatoes or by itself, Gabby, what are we drinking with it?
We are drinking. It does not pair well at all with your meal, but we are drinking. It's a Riesling, and it's called Anti-Love Club.
Oh,
yeah. And we're drinking it today because it's a Riesling, and I like Rieslings. Anti-Love Club. These chapters, Oren is still trying to convince herself that Rip does not love her, and that she doesn't love anyone except Midas. And Rip is pushing all of her buttons, like a good enemies to lover trope should, right? Oren is struggling with that.
okay.
I'm trying here. This wine is sharp, biting, and a little bit sweet underneath all of that sass. So that's what the label says. And well, I like a good Riesling. And I was just feeling a Riesling. It's a good summer wine.
I like those, and I like Spätlesies.
Those are good. I also like a good Edelweiss.
I don't actually like those.
They're sweet. Is that why you don't like them? Or are they too tart?
They're too tart for me, and I've tried.
It's not for you. That just means more for me.
Exactly. But I will say that I do think a Riesling would go with this.
Yeah, it's got a lot of layers to it. It's a white. Well, this one's a little bit of a drier Riesling, so I do wonder if it would go okay with it.
And this is a little bit salty.
Yeah, so maybe it would balance.
It would work together.
Yeah. I'm just struggling to think about eating chicken noodle soup right now because it's like 50 degrees here, and it's not soup weather.
That's true. It's chips and queso weather, you're right.
But like a week ago, it would have been great.
Yeah. A week ago is what So let's do the recaps.
All right, let's get back into the recaps. So we're covering chapters 19 through 26.
Yes.
I'm also recovering from being ill, so I'm so sorry for my voice and my nose. I'm sorry. Let's get into it, though. Chapter 19. Oren is sick. She doesn't know if it's from the cold, the stress, or something else. My money is on literally all of it, girl. Like you've had the past few days have just been rough. The sickness brings back some traumatic memories of her time as a child beggar under Zakar, who sounds like a Disney villain, where she was often ill and starving. She tries to push through and is determined to continue her visits to the other saddles and search for messenger hawks, even though her body is struggling. She hasn't seen Commander Rip for 3 days, but when he finally appears, she's too exhausted to deal with his usual mind games. Rip, being the book boyfriend that we all know and love, quickly realizes that she's sick and orders a mender to see her despite her protest. Later, when Hojat, the army's mender, checks in on her, Oren panics at his touch and instinctively uses her ribbons to shove him away too forcefully. He ends up nearly crashing into the burning coals, but Rip catches him at the last second. She shoved Hojat away and he almost took out the tent. It was a whole thing. Now, because Oren did that though, Rip and Hojat have seen her ribbons in action, and Oren knows that she has just revealed her biggest secret. His unreadable stare burns into her, making her swelter with unease, and she has no idea what he's thinking or what he's going to do with his newfound knowledge about her ribbons. Chapter 20! Chapter 20! Oren's world is unraveling fast, and Chapter 20 delivers yet another gut punch. Rip and Hojat know she can control her ribbons, and Rip wastes no time poking at her carefully built walls. He sees through her instinct to hide, and he calls her out, telling her that she should wear her power openly like he does with his spikes. But Oren has spent years making herself small, and the idea of being truly seen is terrifying. Meanwhile, Hojat provides a rare moment of kindness, offering Oren medicine and dried peonies for good health. But his casual mention of one of the saddles being pregnant destroys her. The realization that Mist is carrying Midas's child, which is something that Oren was never allowed to do or have, or I don't know how I want to say this, but it was a privilege denied to her, maybe?
We can go with that.
I guess. Fractures what little denial she has left about her golden king. She spirals into heartbreak, rage, and grief, but Rip refuses to gloat. Instead, he drives the dagger even deeper, telling her that she is still in a cage, not physically but mentally. And worse, part of Oren wants to stay there. As he leaves, Oren is left broken, drowning in truths that she does not want to face. Chapter 21. It has a flashback. We love a good Oren flashback. These are a flashback to her early Highbell days, and she's still dazzled and a little bit overwhelmed by the sheer extra of palace life. Midas is thriving. Oren is third wheeling. She's living the third wheel life like we've all been through. Queen Melina crashes her one meal with him, throwing ice dagger insults, while Midas awkwardly referees the conversation. Afterwards, he takes Oren back to her gilded cage, promising to expand it so she can visit the atrium and the library, like a rich guy upgrading his pet's enclosure. Gross. She's momentarily thrilled until he locks the door behind him. Luxury captivity is still captivity, and damn, does it feel suffocating. Chapter 22! Oren is this close to a chill night in, but Keg calls her out for skipping meals. He guilt trips her into eating his mystery chowder. I don't know, it sounded gross.
It did sound gross.
And somehow she feels guilty for actually liking the people in the army. While wandering around the camp, she stumbles upon a brutal fight pit where soldiers are gleefully beating the hell out of each other. I will never understand men. Just when she's about to peace out, she sees Twig, a literal child, getting tossed into the ring. Cue rage mode. Oren bulldozes her way through the crowd, just in time to see this poor kid get gut punched. And that does it. Oren is done. She storms into the circle, stepping between Twig and his grown-ass opponent, ready to throw hands. Chapter 23. Oren crashes into the fight to save Twig, only to find out that Twig actually wanted to be in there. Cue the immediate embarrassment for Oren. Orsic, being the chaotic menace that he is, reminds her of the rules of the fight pit. Step in, gotta fight. Once you're in the fight pit, there's no getting out. Oren tries to nope right out, but the entire army is way too entertained to let her go. Rip shows up, shuts down the chaos with a single command, because of course he does, and instead of bailing her out, volunteers himself as her opponent. Oren is horrified, brings up a rumor that he got his nickname Rip from ripping people's heads off, and turns out that was a joke. A joke that Judd started. We'll get into who Judd is later. Judd's one of my favorites. The soldiers lose it, absolutely loving her confusion. In a last-ditch effort to shift focus, Oren demands to see Midas's guards. Rip refuses, saying that they failed her. Tension spikes, but then, smug as ever, Rip agrees, but the catch is, we don't know. Rip just says that it's going to cost her. We don't know what the catch is right now. Chapter 24! Oren v. Rip, The Awakening. Rip decides the best way to teach Oren to fight is by stripping shirtless and body slamming her into the snow, and that is a fight that I would join. Yeah, we can fight. No?
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I think Osric, but
Well, yeah. Everyone's got to have their
I'm not
fighting,
yucking your yum, so.
their sparring partner. Anyway, I'm convinced this is a classic training technique. It happens in all of the fantasy books that I've read. It's
Rowan punching
Aileen. Yeah.
in the face.
Absolutely. I'm sure there's others that we're not thinking of right now, but anyway, beating the shit out of each other. Classic training. Oren is understandably flustered by his otherworldly magnetism and barely processes what is happening before he's tossing her around like a rag doll. Every time she tries to fight back, she loses. She's not trained. She's barely trained as a saddle. She doesn't know what she's doing. Rip is as smug as ever and taunts her into snapping. He's saying things like, stop hiding, stop thinking about Midas, fight me. What are you, Oren? And then finally the fucking say it. What are you? And then she breaks, and that's when we learn our girl is Faye. Out of nowhere. My flabbers were gasted when I read this. Anyway, just like that, her ribbons explode. She throws Rip across the circle with enough force to shake the ground. I should have seen this coming 15 chapters ago, but whatever. She's throwing Rip around now. Determined to finish the fight, she lashes out, but Rip is ready. He catches her ribbons, yanks her into his chest, and holds her there. And just like that, her fury fades. Because of course it does. Enemies to lovers is a real trope. Instead of gloating, Rip smiles and says, there it is, Goldfinch. You finally found your fight. And I did little feet kicks when I read this one. Just happy. And Oren is officially confused because we're in book 2 of a 5-book series and we can't make it easy on our heroine. Chapter 25. Oren is so wrecked after that fight. She just had her big dramatic moment, snapped, full Faye mode, And now she is standing in the freezing cold, feeling raw and exposed, while Rip watches like a smug cat who just knocked a glass off the counter. He hands her back her torn coat because, chivalry isn't entirely dead, and hits her with the classic "I did this for you" line, which every terrible boyfriend has ever said. Orin is not having it. She is convinced this is all just some twisted game for him, but Rip's got receipts, and he lays them all out. He calls out Midas, questions why she still defends him, and drops a brutal truth bomb. If Midas is so great, why are people in his kingdom starving when he can literally turn rocks into gold? That's fair. That's a fair criticism. And it's one I think we pointed out as well. Yeah. When she finally gets to see Midas's captured guards, relief floods in until she realizes the one person she really wanted to find, the one person she really wanted to see, Digby, isn't there. That hope she's been clinging to is gone, completely crushed. And Rip's parting words are still echoing in her head, leaving her feeling more lost than ever. She walks back to her tent alone, grief settling in deep, and even the damn stars can't be bothered to look at her anymore. Chapter 26, we're ending this episode on Queen M's POV. Queen Melina is thrilled to learn that the Red Raids have failed to capture Orin because the Fourth Army got to her first. Midas's favorite pet is now in the hands of his worst enemy, and there's nothing he can do about it. Talk about a chef's kiss for Queen M. Geo, her saddle, and the resident agent of chaos, helps her celebrate with wine and taunts her disapproving advisor with a very victorious rendezvous. Is that what we're going to call it? At her desk? On her desk. Not at her desk, but on her desk.
Around it.
Near it.
Behind it.
The desk is involved. Drunk on power and revenge, Melina basks in the knowledge that she's about to destroy Midas's golden legacy, one calculated move at a time. And I love it. I love her so much.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, you ready to do a deep dive? Grab a snorkel and go deep diving?
Let's do it.
All right. Chapter 19. Sick.
Sick.
I feel like Orin and I had the same illness when I was out.
I believe it.
She was, shaky, had headaches.
Yes. Her bones were aching. She had a fever. She just wanted to sleep.
Yeah. At first I was leaning towards migraines, but then the fever kind of threw me off. So I don't know, maybe just cold stress wore down. Her body was finally like, listen, bitch, you gotta stop.
And she's been struggling with it for days, which just happens to be, she's been sick almost as long as she hasn't seen Rip. Lucky her that she hasn't seen him for 3 days. But she has, of course, been dreaming about her former life. Even more lucky her. Because, who doesn't want to dream about being a child living on the streets, looking sad and pathetic and begging for money.
And literally eating garbage.
For a man named Zakir, and literally eating garbage. And if you tried to hide it, having other people steal it from you, even though it is garbage. So, but she's struggling really hard to make sure that nobody can see her being weak, because that's what she thinks being sick is. P.S. It's not. It's just being sick.
It's just your body betraying you. That's nothing.
But she doesn't know any better because she still acts like a 15-year-old.
Okay, well, she's been in a cage for 10 years.
I'm not discounting that. That's what I'm saying. She doesn't know any better. She doesn't have the life knowledge to know that
Midas would exploit it.
Means being sick.
Right?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
So now that she's at her worst part of her sickness and her carriage, of course, Rip opens the door.
Windswept Rip, fresh after miles and miles of riding.
Not wearing his armor today, just wearing his leathers. I love that the thing that she asks him when he opens the door, though, is, does it hurt when they're not out?
She's talking about his spikes on his shoulders.
She's talking about his spikes on his shoulders. But still, I was like, does it hurt? How does that work? Do they just retract in? Do they retract into the... Is it like Wolverine? Because Wolverine's claws. But how do they work? Do they just do they come straight out? When they come in, do they how when you're folding a chair?
Are we talking about Rip, or are we talking about
the spikes now? We're talking about the spikes. Do the spikes come out? And then when they're going in, do they I think they just...
I
don't know how it works.
Get in.
So But I love that that's what she asks him about.
We never got an answer. I mean, he says it doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she's like, what the fuck is wrong with me? And she says something about wanting to talk to the guards.
Mm-hmm. She demands to talk to the guards.
He's like, do you know what I'd like to know? I'd like to know who your best friend was in the Sixth Kingdom.
Okay, let's think about this question.
So sick. And when you're sick like that, you can't handle that stuff.
Well, and let's think about this, right? She's still convinced that Rip is only asking questions so he can learn more about Midas. Yep. So he's trying to figure out, like, in her head, Oren is like, well, Rip wants to know who I'm close with so that he can get closer to Midas through them somehow.
Yeah.
Is her convoluted thinking, I think. Maybe. As a person who reads for the vibes alone, one, I never thought about the spikes. I was just like, oh, the spikes are part of him. That's his character. Who cares what they do? Like, I don't care how they go into his body. And two, I was like, oh, sweet. He just wants to know who her best friends are. Too bad she doesn't have any friends. You know? That's my spiel. That's what I got.
See, and I thought Digby.
Yeah, but what 25-year-old girl wants to admit that a 40-year-old man is her best friend? Digby might be older than 40.
Fine.
What do you think? Do you think that he was asking just to get to know her? Or do you think he was asking to, like, figure out how the kingdom worked?
I really think that he's asking these questions to make her realize how shitty Midas has been treating her.
Which is manipulative in itself, right?
It is. It definitely is. But I think he's doing it to make her realize just how bad it is under Midas for her. Like, he wants her to realize that Midas doesn't love her like she loves him.
Right.
He's doing it in one of the shittiest ways possible. I mean, if he left it up to Osric would probably find a worse way to do this. But this way's pretty bad too.
Yeah. But, okay, I mean...
But it's also him trying to find out about her. So I think part of it is he wants her to wake up and realize that Midas does not give a shit about her.
At all. Yeah.
But he also wants to get to know her because you've said it already. You think that they're mates.
I do think that they're mates.
And he knows already.
I think he knew from the moment he walked off that gangplank.
He saw like an aura around her. Mm-hmm. Anyway, but as soon as he saw that, he knew.
That's my theory.
He's trying to get to know her, and she is just confused.
Which is fair, right? Because she hasn't...
I would be too.
Yeah, same. I don't... I feel like he can't just tell Oren that Midas is a piece of shit, right? Because she's immediately going to put up walls and defensive. And so, yes, he's being manipulative with the whole asking these probing questions to get her to realize this. But also, how else is he supposed to get her to realize this, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Not ideal, but also Midas isn't ideal. So, fuck Midas.
But back to the interrogation technique he's using.
That whole...
When he asks if it's the saddles and she snorts and says, yeah, we braid each other's hair every night. Oh, Oren, I love you, dear.
She's super sassy. Not only did she talk about braiding hairs, but she's like, and we talk about what we did to Midas in bed. Like, full on girl talk.
And I was like, oh, honey. And he already knew. Like, he already knew that they were talking, but this gave him a nice giggle.
So much ammunition. It just gave him so much ammunition.
It did. But she's just too sick. She can't.
Yeah.
Like, she didn't catch on to the fact that he chuckled because he knew she'd been visiting the set. Because he throws that out there, too, after he's like, oh, well, why do you keep going to visit them if they're not your friends?
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, damn. I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
It's a very haggard moment for her. And she's like, can you just let me out? I just want to go lay down. I'm not even going to go see them today. And he's like, are you sick?
Which, like, good for him. Don't get me wrong. I love my boyfriend. He is great. But he can be really observant when I'm off. But there are other times where, like, he would not know if I was off. And, like, so Rip asking right away, like, are you sick? What's going on? What is happening with this? This is not your normal
Yeah.
afternoon bullshit.
Yeah.
Good for Rip.
But he does move out of the way so she can get out of the carriage because she insists she is not sick. And as soon as she starts to get out and move, her body decides, and we're done.
And scene.
And it is dusk, so it is not nighttime yet.
Oh, that's true.
So
I forgot about that.
It is not safe for people to be touching Miss Oren yet. And Rip tries to catch her, and she does not appreciate this.
She freaks out.
She does. And she's just like, don't touch me.
Exactly like that.
And
I'm pretty
he's
sure
like-
that's exactly what it was like.
He's like, you're sick. And she's like, I said I'm fine. And he's like, you're not fine. So, you know, she meanders to the tent. Thank gosh, it's really close to where she's.
And it's already set up, and the fire's already going.
And she just falls into the furs.
Yep. She does take off her shoes.
Yeah. And Rip being Rip calls Hojat.
The mender.
So that the mender can come and take a look at her because she's sick.
Mm-hmm.
And not only does he call Hojat, he stays to find out what's wrong. Which is probably really good for Hojat, actually, as we're about to find out.
So Oren dozes off. Like, eventually she's under the covers. And you know when you're sick and, like, it's cool outside and you're under a pile of blankets and, like, everything, despite the fever, feels right in the world.
Yes.
You know, it's the best feeling. And then she's in that, like, that halfway between a deep sleep and awake where, like, everything's kind of floaty, you know?
I like that state.
I never get to be in that state, but it's fun, I hear. Yeah. Anyway, she eventually, like, feels a hand, right? And she thinks it's her mom. Like, a hand that's, like, on her forehead and just testing, and I don't know where I'm going with this.
It made me really sad for her to realize that because she was like, it's not the small hand that's my mom.
Mm-hmm.
This is a big hand and it's calloused.
Yeah, and it was a different feeling, right? Like, it wasn't, it was clinical. I think it's a word that they used.
She was very sad. Like, it made me sad to read that part.
She just wants her parents.
She really...
That's so sad.
What did they say? I actually have the physical book today. This is when she freaks out, too. This is the best. I feel like I've just barely closed my eyes. My head swims, and for a moment, I think it's my mother's hand, her comforting touch to come say goodnight. But then I notice the calluses on the palm, the rough grit sliding against my forehead like sandpaper, smoothing wood. It can't be her. Her hands were soft and dainty. Hers was a mother's caressing touch, not this clinical, unfamiliar grace. Yep. And then she thinks...
And then she freaks out.
She realizes it's Hojat. She doesn't know it's full darkness yet.
Mm-hmm.
And her ribbons push him across the room.
No. Her ribbons throw him across the room.
That's right. Because she's freaking out.
Yeah. She panics.
Yeah.
And she doesn't have any control, is the word I'm going to say. Like, she slams Hojat across the tent. And before she can even process what happened, Rip is catching Hojat.
Thankfully.
before Hojat crashes into the fire or takes out the tent. And it could have been really bad.
Could have been.
Well, it still kind of is, right? Because now Hojat and Rip both
know
saw
about
her
ribbons.
Yep. And they're not just decorative. They're a defense thing.
They're a little bit more defensive.
Yep.
And now she's really scared.
Now she's terrified. So, like, let's think about how Midas would have handled the situation, assuming he would have been in the tent when Oren was sick at all, right?
Oh, the tent would have been destroyed and it would have been on fire. And he would have dragged himself out and then realized he needed Oren, and then he would have dragged Oren out too. And fuck Hojat. Because that's his fault.
I also think, like, Midas wouldn't worry about the ribbons, right? Like, he wouldn't recognize them as a defensive thing.
No.
At all. Whereas Rip sees them as a weapon. Basically, they're a built-in weapon.
Yeah.
And I think Rip immediately goes into, like, that commander mindset of, like, okay, you have these weapons built in. How can you use them to save yourself? And I don't think Midas would have done that.
Midas would have been just like, you need to hide those.
Yeah. those
Which is
are
why she's
not
hidden them
strong
from
enough
him
to
for the
do.
last decade.
Yeah. Orin is sweating bullets now, and not just because of the fever.
Chapter 20 starts with an awkward laugh from Hojat.
Chapter 20 is how I start all of my life. Just an awkward laugh. Yeah. Poor Hojat. He just wants to take care of her.
He does.
And the thing is if Orin had been honest and like explained why people can't touch her during the daylight, I think they would have worked with that.
Yeah,
right?
but for how long?
I know.
This is a big turning point for Orin, though, where
People know about her ribbons now.
people know, like, more people know about her ribbons now than ever, because
True. Yeah.
the
Well, that she
Saddles
can
know about her
remember.
ribbons, and now Hojat and Rip know about her ribbons, which means that pretty soon Lou's going to know about him and Ostrich is going to know about him, because as far as she knows,
They're tight.
they're tight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
At the very least, Ostrich will know, because
Well,
he's
yeah,
tight
'cause
with Rip.
He's Rip's right-hand man.
Yeah, and she doesn't know about the others yet, but she will. So
I think how Rip was fascinated or interested in the ribbons
yes,
instead of freaked out by them was good in
yeah,
this
it
case.
helps.
Yeah, it kind of not eased her mind, right? Like there's no ease in her mind at this point. But of all of the reactions he could have had, that was the best one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I like that he was just, but why do you hide them?
Yeah, like, what are you doing?
Why are you hiding them? And she's just, so what? I should just leave them out all the time?
Like,
And
you
he's
show
like,
off your spikes?
yes, leave them out. Hello?
But Oren's never had anyone supporting her. I mean, she was
Yeah.
ripped from her parents when she was, what, 5?
Yeah.
I'm sure her parents would have encouraged her to grow them, like, to...
I mean, and I don't think her parents knew that they were going to be ripped from each other at that age.
Oh, no.
So the plan was just for her to get to hiding, and then they were going to meet her.
Right.
And then they were killed and did not meet her because she ended up in Oria.
Well, and she didn't have ribbons at that point either when she was 5.
Yeah.
The ribbons didn't show up until
Absolutely not. Until
puberty, because puberty doesn't suck enough the way it is.
But she was already gold.
True. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But she didn't have the ribbons. Yeah. But yeah. Rip was like, I don't understand why you're hiding them, why you're not showing your power.
Show who you are.
Yeah.
Be who you are.
You deserve to take up space. You deserve to be seen. But the problem that Orin has with that is she's always seen, right? People are always staring at her.
But I think the way that he's saying it and the way that she's used to are two different things.
100%. But remember, Orin's got the emotional maturity of a 15-year-old.
Exactly. So for a 15-year-old, we didn't want anything. No, I do not want to be seen. No,
a grown-up said that? No thanks.
No, thank you. Hard pass. So,
but good old Hojat, he just goes right into Mender mode. He's just like,
he is, and he gives her all sorts of drinks
that taste much better than the first round.
Her first bright side of this. There are only 2 bright sides in this set of chapters, and the first one is in chapter 20.
Okay.
So he is giving her all of her tonics, and she's looking at them, and she said, "None of these happen to have boiled intestines in them, do they?" And he shakes his head. She says some of the lingering trepidation eases off his face, and he said, "No intestines this time, my lady." And she said, "Bright side," I mumble under my breath before coughing again. So her bright side is that there are no intestines
you know what?
Anything he gave her.
You take what you take, right?
Yeah. He gives her 1 for the cough. And
he melts snow for her
chest
headache.
rub.
Yep.
And the third one, you soak it into a cloth, mix it with snow, and hold it over your eyes and forehead for the headache. And then that's when he gives her the
dried peonies.
The dried peonies. I like peonies.
I don't know
what the smell of them.
I can't smell anything.
They're very fragrant.
Anyway, Hojat gives Orin peonies for luck and healing. Dried peonies for luck and healing. And he says something to the effect of, "This is what we do where I'm from." Yes. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Yes.
He didn't do the nudge, nudge, wink, wink. I did the nudge, nudge, wink, wink. But still. But Orin's never, she doesn't know how to handle kindness. She doesn't know how to people being genuine with her.
She says, she remembers peonies for good health, a willow bridge for luck, cotton stems for prosperity, and the fleshy leaf of a jade to bring harmony.
But Orin is shocked, surprised, and this kindness, like,
yeah, it really does. It
yeah,
it hurts. I mean, it doesn't hurt, but it touches her.
yeah.
And then he drops something.
Drops the bombshell.
He was like, "Thank
Poor
you so much."
Hojat. He's
Poor
just
Hojat.
so happy that, like, she's finally trusting him and they're talking.
And he's like, "Thank you so much for talking to the Saddles. They finally
yeah.
changed me, and it's a good thing because she's pregnant." And she's like,
Whoa,
What?
whoa.
"Let's come back to me. What? Who? What? What?"
Rewind sound.
And she finds out that Mist is pregnant.
Of all the Saddles to get knocked up, the only one worse could have been Polly.
I think Polly probably would have been just as bad.
I think Polly would have been a little bit worse.
Well, Mist is the one that she used her ribbons to push her down anyway.
That's true.
So
Her and Mist don't
been
exactly have.
rude to
They're not
her. Like,
BFFs.
she just does not like her at all.
Yeah.
And this is just going to make her truly unbearable. And her heart's broken completely. And do you know what I thought about when I was reading this chapter this time?
What'd you think about?
Because one, Orin kind of sits back and thinks about how Midas always just pulled out to make sure that he didn't get her pregnant.
So they do have birth control, but he wouldn't let Orin have the birth control because a saddle died from it.
Yeah.
So the other saddles should have been on the birth control tonic or whatever it is in this world.
But somehow Miss wasn't.
Yeah.
But I kind of wondered, is there one for men? Because it doesn't mention it. I only wondered that because, one, he uses the pull out and pray with Orin. And two, there are comments that Melina is going to make in chapter 26 that make me wonder if he used the same method with her, which is why she never got pregnant.
So she's not barren. Midas is just a piece of shit.
Well, I just kind of wonder because she talks about Geo filling her in a way she's never been filled
before.
Yes.
Well, and in theory,
I mean, she wasn't talking size at that point.
Yeah.
So I just wonder if
that's a good point.
Midas did not do that.
Well, okay. So where I was going is saddles have a lot more comprehensive sex education than, like, say, royalty would.
We've talked about this,
right? Like the royalty, they should be virgins when they get married, and they should be unsullied, and blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So it would make sense that Melina wouldn't understand that or like think about it, you know?
Well, yeah, but I just So anyway, Mist is pregnant.
Mist is knocked up.
Mist is pregnant. Orin is heartbroken.
Yes.
And Rip is like, oh, shit, because he doesn't he's there for the whole situation.
Can you imagine being knocked up and then traveling with an army? Because
I feel sorry for the army.
Isn't it like the first trimester that you have really bad morning sickness? Or isn't that when morning sickness is typical?
Can you imagine walking or being around all of those?
All the men smells, all the boy smells.
And the fact that you're not even getting to bathe.
Yeah.
So you've got all these unwashed females and the dude that's with you guys too.
All in a tent.
And together. So you've got all that happening too. And it's just like, this is bad, guys. This is just bad.
I'm like, okay, I've never been pregnant, in case you guys have not picked up on that. But are you also like super tired during pregnancy, or is that just later on?
I mean, you're tired a lot.
You're growing a whole ass human. I get why you would be tired.
Yeah.
But can you imagine then traveling with an army while you're barfing your guts up? Every smell sets you off. And you're tired.
And mood swings. Don't forget that.
The army had no idea what they were getting into.
No, like I said, I don't feel bad for Mist. I feel bad for the army.
But Rip,
bad.
Rip handles this, I'm going to say, in his stride, right? Like he's like, well, fuck. But
he's kind of a gentleman about this, as much as a gentleman as he can be. Because she's just like, go ahead, rub my face in it. And he's like, I don't think that I need to do anything.
Orin wants to make Rip the villain so bad at this point.
Oh, yeah.
She wants someone to be mad at, to lash out to.
Yeah.
And he, Like, he's never given her a reason to.
Yeah. He didn't plan on her finding this out, I don't think. I'm not even sure. Did he even know?
I don't know if he knew at this point. If I don't think he wanted her to find out, and if he did want her to find out, it was not like this.
Yeah. And I think she was trying to pick a fight with him, and he finally says, you may not be behind bars anymore, but you're still in that cage. And I think part of you wants to stay in there because you're afraid.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, she was safe in the cage. Like, think about everything that's happened to her since she's left that cage.
Yeah.
I don't blame her for being afraid or for, like, wanting the comfort and security of the cage.
No.
I don't blame her at all.
No.
I could not imagine.
At that point, she's probably completely done.
Yeah. She's sick. She doesn't feel good. She, like, her whole world was just rocked. She threw out her biggest secret to the world.
Let's see. She left her cage.
Mm-hmm.
She got kidnapped by the Red Raids.
She almost
get murdered.
She almost got murdered in her own streets, remember? Going all the way
almost
back.
Got murdered in her own street.
Yeah.
Got kidnapped by the Red Raids.
Mm-hmm.
Watched Sail get murdered.
Yep, by the Red Raids.
Almost got raped.
Super close to it. Yep.
Got pulled into the Fourth Army.
Mm-hmm.
Has no idea what the fuck is going on here because she's just flat out confused.
Doesn't even know where she's at anymore, really.
No, she's somewhere between the 6th and 5th Kingdom. Nobody likes her.
She's a parrot. Like, yeah.
She has no idea. And we're only talking like, this is not even a month. We're talking like a 2 to 3 week period of time here.
Yeah. No wonder she's sick. Poor Oren. It's
whatever stars are supposed to be stars for her, they're not.
They're not on her side. So yeah, like, I don't blame her. I don't blame her for being like, yeah, dude, this never would have happened if I stayed in the cage. Well, Miss might have still got knocked up, but
yeah, that part probably happened during the orgy. So
yeah, but everything else, Sail would still be alive. She would know where Digby's at. She would have that security and that comfort. She wouldn't be cold. She wouldn't be sick. She wouldn't be miserable. Her ribbons would still be a secret.
Yeah.
Poor Oren. So Rip calls her out for being afraid, for being a big chicken. And she agrees. Like, she knows that she's terrified. But she is your typical stubborn teenager and says, I'm not going to change sides. I am always going to choose him. And ladies, let me tell you, it's okay to change. It's okay. Don't go for the red flags. Let me go for the red flags. You don't need to.
Poor Rip right now.
Like, I mean, I hope that's not true. Literally, he's just like, if that's the case, that sucks for you. I hope that you're wrong.
Yeah.
And then she breaks down and cries, and I don't blame her at all.
Yep. And then we go to chapter 21. Woo! Yay! Which is a flashback.
An Oren flashback, which are always super depressing and make me cry.
But this one is, when they first get to the 6th Kingdom, we know it's an early flashback because the castle has not fully been turned to gold yet.
Yep. They're talking about how there's a slow transformation, how her and Midas would go through the castle and turn things gold, basically.
Together.
So those of us who
still haven't caught on
yet are still like, Midas is turning things gold in front of her. That's sweet.
Yeah.
Love that journey for them.
Isn't that so fun?
Love that. Because Midas, it's the Midas touch. He's the one who turns everything gold.
And he is the one that's asking, what do you think?
Yeah. So Raven Kennedy, good job.
So Oren takes us back to when they first got to High Bell. They're turning things gold. She's still dazzled by just how the entire place is crazy, like opulent and amazing.
She grew up on the streets. She grew up as a beggar. Like,
if she remembered pre-beggar times, though, she'd be like, it's okay.
This is fucking nothing.
It's all right, I guess. But the biggest changes she's noticed is, 1, she does not feel comfortable here. And 2, Midas fits into this place like a glove.
Yep. He has settled in with no fucking problem.
Nope.
Being in power is great for him.
It makes his skin look good. It makes him have the pretty shoes, the pretty clothes, the pretty crown.
Maybe I need to get into
pretty
power.
Wife.
I could go for a pretty wife.
I bet he sleeps really good too.
I bet he does, because he's exhausted from turning the castle gold. So
I bet he's got a nice Tempur-Pedic or something. But she's convincing herself. This chapter is a lot about her convincing herself that the changes are all good.
positive changes.
Yeah. Even though they're really not
They're not.
necessarily positive.
No.
But so this is after a hard day's work. They're sitting down to dinner, which is the only meal that they share together
Yes.
because he does breakfasts and tea time, which I'm guessing is lunch,
Sure.
with
Melina.
Melina. But tonight, Melina decides to come
And crash dinner.
and crash dinner with them. And so Melina knows exactly what she's doing.
Oh, she's not dumb.
It's fantastic. Like, they're eating soup and she's like, I'm glad to see she can finally use utensils.
Like, I literally laughed out loud. And then to try to explain that to my boyfriend, he's like, what is so funny about your book? Because he heard about the first book and I'm like, oh, we started out with an orgy and these women are called saddles and they're not treated well. And he's like, now you're laughing at her? And I was like, well, there is.
Okay, you have to be there to understand. So
Queen Melina is the queen.
Yeah.
Of just the snarkiest comments, and I love her. Yeah, she's so great. She's actually kind of a bitch, but I love her.
Yes. So she's just kind of dropping
passive aggressive,
super commenty shit, and Midas is not really doing a whole lot other than just telling her don't.
Yeah, fucking Midas.
And she, Melina finally is like, you know what? I'm just going to go to bed. Are you coming later?
Again, she knows exactly what she's saying. Yeah.
But anyway.
Queen Melina knows exactly what she's saying, who she's saying it. She knows exactly what tone to use.
Yes.
She is a master manipulator.
And Orin just keeps trying to remind herself, it doesn't matter what he's doing with his body. I know he's got to put a baby in her, but I have his heart and she'll never have his heart because he doesn't love her. He loves me. Spoiler alert, he does not love you, honey.
He doesn't love anybody except Gold.
He loves him, Gold, breasts, and the number 6.
Yeah. Yeah, you nailed it. That is Midas in a nutshell. Yeah.
So I don't even remember, do they even finish dinner? I don't think they do.
I don't think they do.
But he takes her upstairs.
To her cage. Puts her in her literal fucking cage.
Yes. And is like, I have a present for you.
I'm gonna make your cage bigger.
And she's like, oh, really? No, she doesn't say it like that, guys, just so you know.
She's thrilled. She's ecstatic.
She does feign excitement.
Well, and Midas makes it seem like a good, I know how much you love going to the atrium and the library, and now you can go unescorted, you know, in your hallway.
Granted, it's going to take a little while because I have to
hire contractors.
I have to build the whole thing to run between a little hallway for you so that you can do this without having to have anybody with you.
Midas is expanding her cage because he's a quote-unquote great guy.
Yeah.
That hurt to say. I need wine.
And it just, her thanking him for it hurt me more than I really want to admit. It was rough.
Okay, but that was right after they moved to Highbell.
I know.
She's still under his thumb.
I know.
And that would have been
15 or 16 years old.
Yeah. So, she didn't know any better.
She didn't know any better, and she really thought that was love. It's not.
We're going to leave it at that.
It's not love, guys.
Orin is convincing herself that it's proof of his love.
Yes.
That he's protecting her, that he is keeping her separated from everyone because she's more worthy of it that way, I guess.
I think it's for their safety is how he originally spins it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But so I think he spins it as he's protecting everyone from her, which is ultimately protecting her.
Yeah. So it's a win-win.
Yes.
Just get in this cage and shut up.
Yeah.
Is what he's saying.
Yeah.
Newsflash, guys. That's not love. That's control. Yeah. Even I, the queen of the red flags, will admit that. Anyway, Orin is still feeling lost after all of this. She's still, in her heart of heart, in her bones of bones, she knows that this isn't right. She just can't articulate it, and she's scared. And so she rolls with it. but she still feels lost. She still feels disconnected, maybe, is what I want to say, I guess. Deep down, she knows a gilded cage is still a cage at the end of the day. All right, chapter 22.
Chapter 20.
We're back to the present tense and we're going to talk about Keg. Well, he calls her out. So she's like trying to keep a low profile. She's just like skulking around the outskirts of the camp, right? Like just stretching her legs. She's feeling better. She wants to walk around a little bit. You know how it is after you've been sick. You want to like not be on the couch for a minute.
And take a shower.
Yeah. And just feel like a person again. Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, once again, can't say this enough, Oren is gold, which makes it really hard for her to hide.
It does. It does. It does.
So while she's trying to keep a low profile, Keg won't have it.
No.
Yeah.
He's like, get your arse over here, girl.
I don't know why he has Scottish/Irish accent, but I'm here for it.
I love it.
I don't hate it. So
I love it.
I mean...
So he really has made it his mission to feed this girl.
Well, that's because she eats his food.
Like, he's the only one that eats his food and doesn't complain about it. If he knew why.
True. Yeah. Yeah.
He might rethink his pride in it, but that's okay. He gives her a chowder.
It's a thick and chunky stew, and she just
chugs it.
It's like taking a shot, I guess. Like
she chugs it like a frat boy doing one of those keg stands.
Yeah, like
just gets it. Yep.
And he says something like, "You're still my fastest eater, Gildy." And she's like,
And then she's like, "Damn it, did Lou tell you my nickname too?"
I love that she has a nickname. I love that for her.
And I love that it caught on so quickly.
I did too, yeah.
Because Gildylocks is fantastic. It's much better than Oren to me. It suits her more.
Yeah. Even Goldfinch. I don't hate Goldfinch, but Gildylocks just feels funner, more fun.
Yeah. I do like that he tries to tell her that eating his food is going to cure her sickness.
Right. Yeah. That's the best way to feel better, is to eat his super questionable chowder.
And I question that, but that's okay.
He does say it'll stick to her ribs. She's
probably not wrong. He's probably not wrong.
And she's like, "Oh, yep, that's gonna stick, all right."
Yep. So while she's walking around, she starts to hear some noise. Well, is this when she's still walking around trying to figure out? She's been walking around trying. Oh,
she's looking for the messenger hawks.
She's looking for the messenger hawks and wondering, one, when he found out about her nickname, and two, she's thinking about how she's trying to avoid Hojat, Keg, and Lou because she doesn't want to like them. Because they're in the Fourth Army.
And she's been so conditioned to think that the Fourth Army is monsters and they're evil and they're not good people. They're the bad guys, right?
Yes.
That's how they've always been portrayed.
Yes. So now her status with the Fourth Army is starting to go from prisoner to it's complicated. Yeah.
But it does mess with her, right? Like she's trying so hard to force this whole army into
this tight little
box that says evil bad guys.
Yeah, I'm a bad guy. You should hate me.
Yeah, and they're not acting like it.
Yeah. So while she's wandering around, she starts to hear a bunch of noise and she stumbles upon
Fight Club. Fight Club. Fight Club. And the first rule about Fight Club?
We don't talk about Fight Club.
But we're going to talk about Fight Club.
Oh, sweet.
This is the Fight Club Fourth Army edition, so it's exempt from the don't talk about Fight Club rules. It's like a gladiator style without like the great like Colosseum.
It's actually their training though.
That's true. So it's not quite to the death. Fine. Whatever. Take away my not my acronym. Good God.
I like it that it's Fight Club, but I think it's their training, isn't it?
It is their training.
Yeah.
But Oren thinks that they're just getting together and beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah, because she doesn't realize it yet.
Yeah. And she's just like, "I'm sorry. These guys are just getting together and beating the shit out of each other for fun."
And Osric is in charge.
And he looks like it, right? Like he's got his arms crossed, he's got his feet spread, he's got the whole man stance going on.
Yep.
Especially for a furry hobbit.
I thought he was taller than a hobbit.
That's fine. He's still shorter than Rip. He's a hobbit compared to Rip.
Everyone is shorter than Rip. Fight Club. Oren walks in. There's 3 guys on 3 guys. They're all shirtless. They're starting to bleed.
Yeah, there's no
Hojat's
there's
here, by the
blood
way.
everywhere. Hojat's just running around, mending people, doing Hojat things.
And once the 3 guys on the 3-on-3 thing is done, who does Osric call into the ring?
He calls over Twig, and Twig is, just to remind everyone, Twig is like 10. He's just a boy, but he served Oren. Well, he served Orsic and Rip, Osric and Rip
dinner,
the stew and the bread and the dinner the other day, and Oren, but she refused to eat it.
And he's literally a stick.
Yeah, he's
scrawny.
He's a 10-year-old boy.
That's why they call him Twig.
Yeah. And Oren has learned nothing. Okay, so remember like the first book when we were like, Oren went and like almost got killed by giving a bunch of kids some gold coins. And we were like, Oren, we appreciate the gesture. We can see that you're a good person, but maybe like don't do that for like safety reasons. Like figure out a better way to do this. Do you remember that? Remember that whole conversation we had?
No, I don't.
Well, listen to our podcast. It's like episode 3.
Osric wanders around for a bit and then picks a full-grown adult male.
Yeah.
That's got mustard hair.
I love how she describes it as mustard hair. And I'm picturing like
colored hair.
I'm picturing like the mustard seed, which is like a brighter yellow than like mustard.
Full-grown man, mustard-colored hair, muscle-bound soldier. Thinks this is hilarious as he and Twig are in the ring together. Ring because it is a circle.
It's a fight circle. That's all it is. It's a fight circle.
And Oren is definitely fine with all of this.
She's not.
She is standing there and she is not watching.
She is running towards
both of them take off their shirts.
Jen is lying to you. She is running towards the circle.
They both take off their shirts and they're getting ready to fight.
Okay, so just to reiterate, we have a grown-ass man over here. We're going to say, like, he's
I don't even think we say that old.
Late 20s, early 30s?
We'll go with late 20s, yeah.
Okay. And a 10-year-old boy, so a late 20s, fully functioning soldier, like, has a status within the army, is a trained fighter, grown-ass man, and Twig. Okay. So they're going to fight. Yeah. And it's going to be a totally fair fight.
It sounds like it's me.
Yeah, I don't see what can go wrong. It's not like Twig is going to get his neck snapped like a twig.
It's going to be fine.
Whatever. Oren has the same reaction I do and runs towards the fight circle. And she, like, once again, she doesn't think. She just jumps in, right? This is not, she doesn't, like, take a step back and is like, okay, maybe they're training, or like takes a step back and thinks, can I handle a grown-ass man trying to beat up a child?
Am I wondering, though, why she didn't just ask Osric why?
I'm sorry. How we met Oren?
And it wouldn't make for as good of a story.
It would not.
So that is where this chapter ends, is her joining the circle.
She jumps in the circle, jumps in front of Twig.
In front of Twig, between him and Mustard McMustardy. Okay.
So at this point, we're at Oren v. Army Dude. Or me v. Mustard McMustard Pants. McMustard Hair. So yeah, we're seeing how they're gonna fight now. And then we dive into chapter 23.
Yes.
Oren in the fight circle. The ultimate oh shit moment.
She's in the fight circle. She's standing there between Twig and Mustard Yellow Man.
Mustard Yellow Man.
Colonel Mustard. And it turns out Twig actually wants to be there.
How embarrassing for Oren.
And Osric, who is, by the way, enjoying the hell out of this.
He's loving it.
Says, you're in the circle, you have to fight.
You just know that Osric was like, oh, fuck yes. Now we can legally beat her up.
Side note, apparently when you're in the circle, you also have to take your shirt off.
Which, is that true for the female of the army too?
We don't know. We didn't see another female fighting.
Yeah, Lou,
Although you
let
would
us
have your
know.
band.
That's true. Lou, let us know if you're listening to this podcast. Let us know.
Yeah. Raven?
No, I'm going straight to Lou on this one.
Okay. But Osric thinks it's fantastic. You stepped in the fight circle. Now you got to fight.
And Oren is like, oh, actually, like, I'm not a trained fighter. I don't know what I'm doing. This is super barbaric. Like, this whole tradition is super barbaric. No one should be doing this.
Osric is like, don't care.
You stepped in. Rules are rules.
And Judd is mustard, yellow, Colonel Mustard, McMustardy man. His name is Judd, and he is actually one of our favorite characters.
We do love him.
It's the one that tells her she has to take off her shirt.
Judd.
So honestly, it could be a joke because it is coming from his mouth.
Yeah. Anything that comes from Judd's mouth, you have to take with like 75% seriously, right? Like
a giant grain of salt.
Margarita size grain of salt.
Yes.
Yeah.
And just when, things can't get any more humiliating for her.
Good old Rip. He just has good timing.
I think he waits. I think that man just follows her. And when he sees that it's just about to get bad, he waits until the last possible moment and is like, I'll step in now.
Really? You think he's calmly stepping in? I think he follows her around like a lost little puppy dog.
Yeah.
And then when things get so bad, he's like, God damn it, Oren, and has to go and rescue her.
Well, yeah. So he has to wait until it's his cue.
And then he's frustrated and he doesn't take it out on her, but he tries to teach her, right? Like, you got yourself into the situation. How are you going to get yourself out of the situation if I'm not around?
But I miss the Digby sighs.
I do.
I really just want to hear Rip do a Digby sigh because it would just make it better for me.
The Digby sighs remind me so much of my boyfriend. Like, anytime I do anything remotely ridiculous, all I get is a deep sigh. Or like, if I call him while I'm driving, he's convinced that like my car broke down and I just, babe, where are you? And I'm like, well, I don't want to text and drive. What do you want for food?
That's fantastic.
Yep.
So Commander Rip joins the party, and in her mind, he is literally alive to make her life harder.
In her defense, like, it feels like that. I get where she's coming from.
I mean, okay, yeah, still. And we've already talked about how we think that he's just hiding in the shadows anyway. Yeah. But he puts down, like, everything goes silent. They were all laughing and having a good time.
And then he shows up.
He shows up and he's not there to save her like she thinks. He is there to just swap places with Judd.
Midas would have saved her. I'm just saying. So Rip shuts down the fight.
Yeah.
But not to save Oren. He just pulls Judd out of the ring.
And Twig.
Who
politely says, don't ever do this again.
This is so embarrassing for me. Please
embarrass me. They're going to give me so much shit. And then he's going to get in trouble for saying shit, just so you know.
That's true. Yep.
So
Oren and Rip are facing off.
No, they're not. She's not doing this.
Oren is trying to backpedal like a motherfucker.
And then she does the best thing ever and tells him how he got his nickname.
Oren should just not open her mouth around Rip. Yeah. She's just so awkward.
It's fantastic.
Oren is convinced that Rip got his nickname because he, quote, rips people's heads off. But instead of confirming it, go ahead.
Everybody that's watching, who has been silent up until this point, just starts laughing.
First, like, full on, clutching the belly, can't breathe.
Belly laugh.
Yeah.
Gonna wet my pants.
I'm crying because I'm laughing so hard.
Yes, because Judd, Mr. Mustard himself, started that rumor
as a joke. So Judd is the Riddick of this story.
He's the jokester.
Well,
for sure.
Yeah.
We call him the rogue.
Okay. He's the chaotic neutral in this camp.
That's fair.
But Judd is loving this.
Wouldn't you be too? Like, he has got to have the biggest shit-eating grin. Like, my rumor made it all the way to Sixth Kingdom. This is the best fucking day ever.
And he's not going to let anyone else live it down.
No.
Like, it is going to go on his tombstone. Like,
He's going to steal back that barrel of wine from Lou, and then he's going to share that wine with Lou while he tells her about how Oren,
this one joke he made one time.
Yes, that is what's going to happen. It's going to be great. And Rip is like,
for such an ass.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
God.
She tries one more time. She's like, I demand that you show me Midas's guards.
And Rip is like, that's cute. Keep trying. It's cute that you're making demands.
Yeah.
But he also, and this is like, I don't know how I feel about this. Rip shuts her down instantly. Like, she says, I demand you take me to the guards. And Rip is instantly like, no, they failed you. They let you down. Absolutely not. You're not going to go see them. They don't deserve to see you. And like, I don't know how I feel about that.
I get it. In his mind, they did fail her. They didn't protect her from the Red Raids.
Yeah.
I mean, they wouldn't have been able to protect her from the Fourth Kingdom's army, but they didn't protect her from the Red Raids.
Agreed. But is that a failure on them, or is that a failure on their leaders and their training?
I think he's trying to prove a point that Midas failed her.
You know what? I am so sick of Rip trying to fucking prove these points.
I know. But he kind of steps back and says, you know what? Sure, Goldfinch, you can see them. And she's like,
yeah. Oh, wait, it's a trap.
It's not a trap.
It's absolutely a trap.
It's not a trap.
It's absolutely a trap.
He just has to do one little thing. All you have to do is fight me in the ring and we'll go see them.
She doesn't even have to win. She just has to fight.
She just has to fight.
Which,
that's not bad.
That's not a bad deal.
Like my favorite chapter, which has the other bright side. And I like to call this chapter foreplay.
It 100% is foreplay.
Yeah.
Chapter 24, foreplay. Rip takes off
this chapter.
There's tension, there's taunting, and there's a fight that's not really about fighting.
Yes, it is.
Right, and I can change him despite all of his red flags. But Rip, this is like, Rip is home. Like, this is his, where he's the most comfortable. So.
Yeah. So she's kind of standing there like, I'm sorry, what? I have to what?
I have to do what? I have to fight. I, merely a girl, have to fight you.
And he's just kind of like walking around her. It's fine.
He's like a cat playing with a mouse, right? Like, just toying with her.
Yeah. And he just kind of pushes. Because it's what he does.
He pushes all the fucking buttons.
And he just pushes. He digs and pushes. And then he decides to, strip. Which brings us to our bright side.
Him taking off his shirt.
So she says, he gives her the option to take off her feathers, her coat. And she says, no thanks. And then he starts to take off his shirt. And she says, after, this is multiple paragraphs, I'm going to skip all the way down to the bottom of it. Bright side, at least the view is nice.
You know what? She's trying. Good for her.
He is. So I thought that was fantastic. I thought it was hilarious that our bright side is she gets to see him shirtless.
I mean,
and he's having a lot of fun with this.
He is absolutely. He knows what he does to her. He knows.
He does. Hands down. He knows that she is watching, but he knows that him shirtless is going to be distracting because, hello,
she doesn't have any experience with anyone. Well, okay, that's not true. She has experience,
but
not.
She has not ever seen. Nope. She's seen Midas's body, but she has not seen a body like this.
She's never seen a warrior's body. She has seen, yeah. And like, I mean, if I had a fight Rip and he took his shirt off, I'm not sure. We would still be rolling around. But punches would not be thrown on my side anyway.
And then he's just kind of standing there and his spikes start to recede in.
And we still don't know if that hurts.
We still don't know if it hurts, but she walks up and touches it.
See, that's weird to me.
And she doesn't even think about it. She just does it. Which, by the way, thank God it's nighttime.
True. That's true. Yeah.
Because the story would have ended so much more awkwardly had it not been.
Why are these soldiers fighting at night? Oh, there's a bonfire, I guess. So, like, they have warmth.
And they've been walking all day, and they just need to blow off some steam.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, I'm there.
So,
But anyway, bare-chested, unbothered,
she
living his
touches
best
him,
life.
and he says something about her not liking to be touched. And he says that he doesn't mind it so much. And then he chucks her in the snow.
She froze. Like, it's like when your crush talks to you when you're 15, right? And like your mind just leaves your body and like goes to a different class.
Yeah.
Yeah, like she just froze. She's just like, yeah. And then he throws her to the ground like a cat. He's like a fucking cat.
Yep. And she's pissed.
Well, she got the wind knocked out of her, and if you've ever had the wind knocked out of you, one, it fucking sucks. You're convinced you're dying. Like, you are thoroughly convinced you're dying. And two, how do you recover from that? That's so embarrassing.
And while these two are doing this, by the way, in case anybody's really curious, because I know that, reading about these two and their foreplay is super boring. Osric, Judd, and Lou, who has joined the party, are fighting in one of the other circles. It's a 3-person all-out brawl. This is going to be important in a little bit. Anyway, back to this fight. Oren's getting really angry because he's just tossing her around
like a rag doll,
fucking with her.
Yeah.
And she cannot land a single hit.
She's fucking pissed.
And the more she tries to fight,
the sloppier she gets.
The easier he's getting around her. He's just trying to get her to do one thing.
Just admit what she is.
Nope. Use the fucking ribbons.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
But she's stubborn.
Yeah, she is.
And she's so used to hiding the ribbons.
She is. And he's taunting her, and she's arguing back with him, which is pissing her off even worse. She's like, I can't fight you. I don't know why you're doing this. And he's like, that's unfortunate. Stop holding back. And she's like, I'm not holding back. And he's like, listen to your instincts. And she's like, I can't.
She's got this block, this mental block that she just cannot work around.
And he's like, you just hold back because you're ashamed. And that's too close, because he's right. He knows it, and she knows it. He's trying to get her to use her ribbons. She refuses to use her ribbons, which is what she tells him. I can't use my ribbons.
Midas has spent years telling her that her ribbons are wrong and weird and she shouldn't use them, and they're not in fighting shape.
I don't think he knew about him. I think she's been hiding them because Midas wouldn't want her to know, wouldn't want to know about him anyway.
You think so?
I think so.
I don't know.
All right, Raven Kennedy, if you're ever going to listen to this, did Midas know about the ribbons? This is important, and I need to know. Anyway, he finally tells her she's holding back because she's ashamed of them.
That sets her off.
Because he called her out on the truth?
I'm sorry. Do you like it when people call you out on the truth?
No. Do I accept it?
Eventually?
Yes. Is it because I'm like 5,000 times older than Oren? Also, yes.
You're not a dinosaur, but you also have a lot more of
life experience
and emotional mentality.
15 years in a cage.
We can fix that. Keep it up.
Fair. So anyway, he calls her out on her bullshit.
Okay. All right. He calls her out on her bullshit.
Which
is something we all need from time to time.
We do.
So thank God for boys that call us out.
So Midas has controlled her for so long that she is really afraid that if she ever really let herself go and let everyone see who she is.
Yeah, she's never been her true self in front of Midas.
Lose everything.
Yeah.
And he is so mad right now. Not Midas. Rip is so mad at her right now for making herself less than what she is.
Well, she's been with Midas for at least 10 years, probably longer, really, because she's been in the cage for 10 years.
Yeah.
And she's constantly made herself fit into Midas's narrative.
Yes.
Whatever Midas wanted, she made herself fit into.
I mean, she's letting Rissa believe.
Yeah, that's true. That Midas still has all the power, and he somehow transferred some of it to her.
Because it's safer to let her believe that.
That's a good point.
So Rip is sitting here pushing and pushing and pushing.
And picking and prodding and poking and...
Say it, Oren.
Just fucking say it.
Say it. So finally she just bursts out with it and just yells that she's Fae.
And my mind, again, my flabbergasted, my mind blown. Like, I think I remember specifically setting down my Kindle and being like, I'm sorry, Raymond Kennedy. What the fuck did I just read? You laid all these breadcrumbs that I've conveniently ignored. What the fuck?
And I think I sent you a text that said finally
You
or
did.
something like that.
So you sent me a text like a few weeks beforehand that was like, so Oren's Faye, right? And I was like, I can neither confirm nor deny, which was basically confirming it. And then you sent me a text later on that was like, oh, fucking finally. We're like halfway through the second book. And
Yeah.
she's finally saying she's Faye. And I was like, I hate you.
Anyway, she yells it.
So everyone has
And
heard.
everybody that was around them heard, which means Judd, Osric, and Lou heard. And she just unleashes her ribbons and
Everything
tosses
explodes. Yeah.
Rip, tosses that bitch into the ground.
You know what? Good. Good on her.
Yeah.
He deserved it.
She liked it. She tosses him into the ground. The ground shakes. And she liked it. She is done hiding. She is ready. And Rip is thrilled.
It's such a weird thing for her to see. Midas would have been scared
Yeah.
or angry or not happy.
Yeah. But Rip gets up. He fights back. Every attack she has, he blocks.
Yep.
He's trying to kill him. And I can just imagine him grinning.
That shit eating grin. Yeah.
And just being super proud. He's going to have that pride in his eyes for her.
It's all he wanted was for her to fucking fight.
Yeah.
That's all he wanted.
And the more she tries to fight and the harder she's trying to fight, something in her is waking up. And I think he notices that because she talks a lot about a caged animal being inside of her, which is her face side. If you're reading for the vibes, you're not going to catch that part. But she has kept her face side locked up for so long.
Just
when
like she
finally
was.
Releases it.
Yep.
She doesn't have any control over it. And she has to learn to control that side of herself. It is a part of her, but it isn't a part of her right now. So she doesn't know. It's like having magic and it being untrained.
Yeah. I mean, she has no control over her own powers, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So when Rip pulls her against his chest.
By the ribbons.
BT
dubs.
To calm her down. It's not just like him hugging her. He's trying to soothe her and bring her back to herself.
Yep.
Because he needs the face side of her to relax.
Well, and he, yes, he grabbed her by the ribbons, but he's not hurting her.
No.
It's just, yeah.
Yeah, he's just soothing her.
Right. So it's like a thundercoat for dogs. Just that weight and that comfort, security, and tightness.
Protecting himself because those fuckers can get really sharp and could probably slit his throat if she wanted them to.
Also that. But it's not the same as when Captain Fane grabbed her by the ribbons and tied them up.
Yeah,
it wasn't that harsh.
Yeah. And he's just kind of soothing her and going, they're
you finally said it. I'm proud of you. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So even though she loses the fight, although did she lose? Did she lose?
Shirtless Faye.
She's against him, against his chest.
He's
I think that's a
her.
win. Yeah, it's a win-win. Yeah.
And foreplay.
Yeah, I think it's a win.
I'm calling it a win.
She eventually loosens up. She eventually relaxes in his grip.
And he lets go of the ribbons.
He does not hold her against her will. As soon as she relaxes, he releases.
Yeah.
But he finally gives her a true smile.
Yeah.
Right? Not just the grin, not just the smirk, not just taunting, but an actual, holy shit, I'm proud of you smile.
And we have moved on to chapter 25 now.
No more foreplay. It's still a big chapter. There's still stuff that happens in this chapter. So, again, Oren screamed, I'm Faye, for everyone to hear. She unleashed her ribbons, went toe-to-toe with Rip, and now she's just having to deal with it.
Yep.
That's a lot to kind of accept, right? To take in. And she meets the official Wrath Trio.
Well, no, she doesn't, because they're gone.
How dare they?
But she does ask
You're
if
right.
they heard her
They
say
dipped.
that she was Fae, because she's terrified now that they are going to tell someone and that she's going to get murder, death, killed.
Well, again, the Fae have not been welcome
Yep.
in this world
In this world.
for years.
Yeah, for a very long time.
Yeah.
Hundreds of years.
Yeah.
So she's having a moment
She's
where
exhausted.
she freaks out.
Mm-hmm.
And Rip's grabbing her jacket because when she did burst out her ribbons, she kind of tore it in half.
Well, yeah.
So that happened. But he brings her her jacket back, which is nice.
Sure.
I'm guessing he puts his shirt back on too.
He doesn't apologize. Like, I feel like Oren is waiting for an apology at this point, and all Rip says is, "You needed me to push you." Which, okay, he may have been right. Maybe not the right thing to say in that moment. I get why Oren immediately kicked back with, "You don't know what I needed."
Yes, he did.
But they don't
He just
really
doesn't want
know
to hear
each other
it.
that well. Okay. You and your fucking logic.
Sorry. He's just trying to make her realize that she's been less than herself. Rip isn't going to back down. He's trying to get Oren to see that she's been less than who she really is, and she needed somebody to do that.
It's also not
Did
in his
she need Rip
personality
to do it? Yes, I think she did, because he's a Fae too.
Also, the story. It had to be Rip. For the storyline, it had to be Rip.
Yeah, I guess so.
It helps that he was Fae too. That's a good point.
Yeah.
It helps that she's unwillingly attracted to him.
Mm-hmm.
They both have the Fae thing in common. Spoilers, they're both Fae.
What?
I know.
And then we get to your favorite part of the book.
Yeah, narrow it down.
One of your favorite parts, where he drags Midas through the woods.
Oh my god. Someone finally did it. Someone finally just fucking dragged Midas. And Midas deserved it. And it's something that I'm ashamed that I didn't think about like the first read through. Okay? I'll admit it.
Yeah.
But like, Oren is still trying to like defend Midas. She's still like, he's a great king. He loves me. He's blah, 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 whatever. And Rip is like, oh, I'm sorry. Are we talking about Midas? Midas, the guy who can end poverty in his kingdom with a literal touch, but instead lets his people starve and freeze to death? Are we talking about the same guy here? And Oren has no rebuttal for that. And how do you? How right?
You can't. I'm sorry. I was trying to, because I wanted to see what started the Midas fight, because it's really fantastic.
It really is.
Sometimes things need to be, she says something about him ruining her. And he says sometimes things first need to be ruined in order to be remade. She says she wants to see the guards, and he takes her to see the guards. And while they're walking, she asks how long he's been with King Ravager, which is fantastic. I'm sorry. His answer.
What was his answer
to this? And he says, feels like forever.
Which is a great non-answer.
And she asks, and does he know that you have me? He says he's aware. And she asks, if he orders you to kill me, would you do it? And he kind of looks at her and says, that won't happen. This is where she was freaking out about being a Fae. So, and we do find out that Lou is the one that named the raft.
Of course she did. She came up with Goldilocks.
Yeah. And they're still doing the two truths thing. He asked her who her family is, which, okay, I have a problem with this. She's gold. He still knows about the Fae. He knows who her family is.
I think that's another point of him trying to like force her memory, right?
Maybe. The fight starts off because she talks about the sacrifices she's given to her king. Or she talks about always choosing him. And he says, I wonder if the roles were reversed, if he'd so easily give up his truths for yours. What sacrifices has your king made for you? And she says, he's done plenty.
Does he though?
And he's
Oren,
like
does
taught
he?
you to be ashamed of everything you are. And then he
Yeah.
starts off on the whole thing
Oh, yeah, it's a
in
lot
here
more
for
than
you.
just the, yeah. Oh, you mean the guy who could end poverty in
Yeah.
his kingdom with a
Mhm.
literal touch, but instead
Yeah.
lets people freeze and starve? Mic drop.
Yeah. What a guy.
Yeah, and Oren
And
has no rebuttal for that.
she can't argue with that. It's
How do
true.
you argue with that? Yeah. And then I have in here, and Fripp, because he has the audacity to be right, just lets that silence stretch. And like, for real, the audacity of a man.
He's like, what's Midas ever done to you? She said, he's a good king.
Is he though?
And that's when he said
Yeah.
this part. And she's like, I can't even defend this.
Yep.
And then they do the we're not friends. They go to see the guards.
And it's tense. It is a tense, tense, tense walk.
It definitely is.
But there's something shifting, right? Like they're not enemies, they're not allies, they're not friends, they're not enemies, they're just...
Yeah. But they talk about the wrath.
Mhm.
And like I said a minute ago, Lou came up with the name for the wrath, which is a cool name.
It is a cool name.
Yeah. And you're right, what you put in the notes, maybe she didn't have to spend her life hiding.
I mean,
I bet Digby knows.
Digby
Yeah.
Digby doesn't know for sure, but I think he
But he
like...
suspects it.
Yeah.
So he gets her to the guards. She goes in to check on them to make sure they're okay.
I don't know what she was expecting. I
think the whole time she was hoping Digby was there, though.
I guess. But she had to know that he wouldn't be there. He wasn't with the Red Raids. He wasn't...
She didn't know she wasn't with the Red Raids, though.
But he went off ahead.
But up ahead is where the Red Raids were.
Yeah.
And they came down and grabbed everybody else.
Yes. But anyway,
she gets to see
all the other not cool guards.
And she's so disappointed because Digby is not there.
And of course, Sale's not there because Sale is dead.
Yeah. But the other guards are fine, which is good. They haven't been messed with. They've been getting fed.
They treat their prisoners really well.
They really
look at the
do.
saddles.
Other than bathing, they treat them really well.
And is it that they don't offer them bathing, or that the people don't take them up for the bathing? You know?
Well, she brings them a bath and they use it.
Do they?
Yeah. Not the guards, but the saddles.
Sure.
But thankfully, Rip is not there to see her being completely heartbroken that Digby's not there.
I didn't either.
So we end chapter 25 with being gone, the guards being safe, Digby being gone still.
And Oren depressed that Digby is gone.
And she can't even find a damn star to look at.
Yep. There's no bright side here.
There's no bright side in chapter 25. In chapter 26, we go back to Queen Melina's point of view.
And Queen is hanging out with her saddle. And her advisors don't like her having a saddle. They think it's
Midas's
improper.
advisors.
Yeah, Midas's advisors.
Yeah.
Do not like her having a saddle. They think it's improper.
Which is such bullshit.
It's such sexism. Yeah.
It really is. But they make it clear that they do not approve of him being at dinner with her.
Geo,
yes.
Yeah.
So the chapter starts off with her being frustrated that a Franca Tullidge can't meet with her because she's not currently in Highbell. She's looking for more support. She's trying to shore up support and bodies for her army. So that when she actually has to go toe-to-toe with Midas, she doesn't die. So, and she's talking to Geo about it because it's just her and Geo in the room right now. And much like Rip in chapter 24, Geo is currently shirtless.
Well, it's like the safe thing to be, right?
Right. So they're talking about why she needs more support. And then he's like, well, everybody's going to come under your banner anyway. It doesn't really matter.
That's such a naive statement.
Yeah.
Geo.
It really is.
No one is going to follow a powerless queen.
Yeah. It's the belief that because she is her bloodline was the royalty is so naive because everybody knows that it's the power, not the blood.
Yep. Yep.
So,
I mean, that's the whole reason she married Midas, is she didn't have any power, so.
and we get a little insight here where she talks about how even though Midas, even though she calls him his first name, Tyndall,
Yeah.
was a shitty husband,
He was the worst fucking husband.
he was a great ruler. Not because he trained for it, but because he knew how to do the razzle dazzle. He could leave an impression.
Midas was great at working crowds. He didn't like the day-to-day grind. He didn't
Correct.
like the paperwork, the boring part of it, but he liked the balls and the
Mhm.
leveraging people, I guess
Yes.
is what I'm gonna say, like manipulating people to
Yeah.
do what he wanted.
And what Melina's doing right now is going through the list of nobles, trying to figure out who she can get on her side and who she can't. And most of the nobles are going to side with Midas, just so we're clear, because Midas gives the gold.
Yeah.
But
Well, yeah.
what Midas did that was really stupid, and we've commented about this multiple times now, and actually, fun story, Rip just did too, was he turned the entire castle gold and did fuck all for the peasants
Yep.
and the commoners.
Yep.
And because he just decided to forget about them because he thought they were beneath him, and we will find out more about his backstory later. And that's why he kind of thinks less of them. Her plan is to get them on her side. The masses, the commoners, everybody.
So Queen Melina wants to get everybody, the commoners, the royals, everybody on her side.
And Geo loves watching her plot. It turns him on. But she says plotting is what I'm best at.
She does say something about how it's a good thing she's a good plotter because she's lacking the two things that make her important in this world.
I lack both of the traits that this world respects: power and a penis.
Yep. That's my favorite quote of this whole fucking chapter.
She says, "A shame that I lack the first, but the second, I've found that most of the people who have those are altogether disappointing, except for the ones you can buy." Yeah, I wonder what she's talking about.
Her saddles. Good for her.
And then Wilcox knocks at the door, which still surprises her.
Wilcox is one of Midas's advisors.
Wilcox is one of Midas's advisors. He's the only named one, I think.
I think so too.
And he definitely hates Geo and does not pretend to like him at all.
Does he hate Geo specifically, or does he hate the fact that Queen Melina has a saddle?
Yes.
Okay. Fair enough.
I think that it's the fact that she has the saddle. He finds it unsavory and distasteful that she would flaunt it.
Yeah.
And he let it be known publicly at the dinner table.
What a douche.
And she says, "I doubt he had ever said a thing to my husband, who kept a harem of saddles all times, not to mention that golden bitch."
Literally a harem. Like, literally a harem of saddles. He's got a whole saddle wing dedicated to his saddles.
And Wilcox is in there talking, and of course, Geo is just poking at him, so he's making a lot of insinuations about him not quite interrupting yet, and Geo makes sure to touch Melina while he's there.
Oh yeah, Geo plays into it too. He's not dumb.
Wilcox is bringing a missive for the queen from the Red Raids. He hands it to her. She sees the rolled parchment with the red wax seal and dismisses Wilcox.
So this proves that the Red Raids and Melina were in cahoots. Yeah, they were colluding.
Yes.
I think we had this conversation in the last book, not the last chapter.
The last book.
Do we think it was only the Red Raids that Melina was talking to, or do you think she also talked to Fourth Kingdom?
She definitely, based on this chapter, I would say it was only the Red Raids.
You think so?
Yes.
And then the Fourth Kingdom capturing Orin was just a happy surprise? Okay.
The hawk, I think the hawk stopped to see Rip before it dropped off the missive.
For the Red Raids.
For the Red Raids. So Rip read the missive before
the Red Raids got it.
Red Raids got it, which means he had a little bit of time to start moving
Sure.
before.
But you don't think Queen Em had anything to do with getting
No.
the Fourth Kingdom?
Nope.
Well, obviously she's happy.
She's thrilled.
She's ecstatic, yeah.
Yes.
And she thinks the Fourth Kingdom taking Orin and the saddles and everyone is so much better than just the Red Raids. She's convinced, because again, the Fourth Kingdom has this reputation, right, throughout everywhere of just being this terrible, awful, monstrous army.
Yes. And she thinks that they're going to, at the very least, keep Orin.
Well, what are saddles good for, right?
Yeah. At the very least, they're going to keep her, if hopefully kill her.
Yeah.
But she goes on and on about how she's gone. His precious gilded is gone.
Everything's so
Midas
great.
will never be able to, Midas will never look at her again. They're going to rip her to shreds. Worse than the snow pirates.
And then, while she's riding the high of this victory.
And she even decides to send them a crate of gold because Quarter complains about how the captain disappeared and took their gold.
So she sends them essentially 2 crates of gold for Orin. Right?
Well, she sends them a crate of gold for Orin, even though Fourth Army had already paid for Orin.
And that's the one that the captain ran off with.
Yes.
I'm there. Okay.
Ran off.
Yeah. Quote unquote.
Somebody's going to be really happy when they run into that.
No kidding.
You know.
Can you imagine running into that statue, though?
Yeah. No. And then, they start talking about all of this and how she's viciously brilliant. And then it's spicy time.
Oh, yeah. Queen Melina celebrates her victory.
She definitely celebrates her victory.
And this is what you were saying earlier. Like,
yeah.
There's a line in there.
Yes.
Very much towards the end.
Yeah.
Where she says something like that's a foreign wet heat or something inside of her.
Yeah. I'm trying to find it, but there's a lot about, they start on the desk and then they work their way to the ground. And I feel really sad for her because she's been married for over a decade and did not have an orgasm until Geo.
That's depressing to think about.
And not because she couldn't.
Obviously. Right, like obviously she could.
Just because Midas never took the time.
Because Midas doesn't care about anyone but himself.
I'm just saying. But yeah, it says that his spin coats my inside with a foreign wet heat. I don't think that Midas ever
finished inside with her.
And I think he encouraged the belief that she was barren. Because if she had a child and it didn't have power,
it'd be a bear. Well, and it wouldn't have power, right? If she didn't have power and Midas doesn't have power.
Nope.
The child wouldn't have power.
Correct.
So yeah, it's got to be, birth control has to be on the women. But yeah, so Queen Melina celebrates her victory in the best way possible, and I'm so happy for her.
I am too. She finally finds out why Midas enjoyed saddles so much.
She's enjoying her own saddle, so yeah.
So good on her.
She's not just lashing out, she's building alliances, right? Like she's trying to get other kingdoms on her side. She's trying to sway the nobles. She's plotting. She's trying to dethrone Midas. Yeah.
Like, yes, I understand. I know we're talking a lot about the sex part, but this chapter was about her plotting. And the sex just happened to be a part of her accepting that she's no longer going to be less than.
Well, she was also on top during this time, and that is typically a position of power, or it's referred to as a position of power.
I like this comparison between Rip trying to show Orin that she doesn't need to be less than, and Melina realizing the same thing.
Yep. And you can only imagine, like, it's the same timeline too, right? Like, they're both imagining this about the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I like that she's drawing these comparisons between these two women.
Completely different women, right? Completely different backgrounds, completely different growing up, like.
And I don't think that I really caught on to that until my second read.
Yeah.
Like
This
the
is
first read, I was like, what a bitch. And then this time I'm like, huh.
yeah, now I get it.
So,
And now
yeah.
I'm team Queen M. She's
But
viewing
yeah.
this Oren's capture as the perfect revenge,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So, I mean, I still don't know if she almost had to be in cahoots with the Red Raids, right? Like, there's no way,
She was definitely in cahoots with the Red Raids.
especially if Quarter was bitching about losing
The money.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm there.
And next week, we get to talk about chapters 27 through 34, which is going to be more Fourth Army.
It's gonna be a lot of Fourth Army.
Yeah.
We'll see Oren grow a little bit more.
I think Oren might finally find the Hawks. Finally.
I think you're right. I think that's in these chapters.
And
We'll
I
let you know.
it's gonna be great.
Fucking Midas, though. Like, he's not really even in this book, and I'm over him.
Didn't we see him in like one chapter so far?
We saw him at the end of the first book.
It was the end of the first book.
Yeah. I don't think all we've seen are like flashbacks from Oren's POV.
That's what it is. Sorry.
Well, thank you so much for listening to Corks and Cauldron. Be sure to follow us at Corks and Cauldron on all your favorite socials. We're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Threads, wherever you can socialize, we are there.
If you enjoyed this episode, please rate and review us. Share us with your book besties, booksties. I like calling you booksties. Tell the world. It's the best way to spread the word and help our podcast grow. Corks and Cauldron is a self-funded labor of love, and your support helps keep the magic alive.
And our glass is full.
Join our Patreon community today at patreon.com/corksandcauldron, and maybe even treat us to a bottle of wine.
Our next episode drops on Thursday, and we're going to deep dive into chapters 20-34.
And until then, eat,
drink,
and get lost in a good book.
Cheers.